السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله الذي هدى، والصلاة والسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى، خصوصا على سيد الرسل وخاتم الأنبياء وعلى آله وأصحابه الذين اجتبى. أما بعد، فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولقد آتينا إبراهيم رشده من قبل وكنا به عالمين. إذ قال لأبيه وقومه ما هذه التماثيل التي أنتم لها عاكفون؟ قالوا وجدنا آباءنا لها عابدين. قال لقد كنتم أنتم وآباؤكم في ضلال مبين. وقال الله تعالى: إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل وسلم على حبيبك ونبيك سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا وحبيبنا ونبينا محمد وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. جزا الله عنا سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم بما هو أهله. اللهم آته الوسيلة والفضيلة وابعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته، واجزه عنا ما هو أهله، واجزه أفضل ما جازيت نبيا عن قومه ورسولا عن أمته. وصل على جميع إخوانه من النبيين والصالحين يا أرحم الراحمين. أما بعد. First thing, I'd like to thank our Imam, Dr. Siraj Saab, and the committee members for this opportunity, as they have asked me to come join all of you in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How many invitations we get in our lives to different places, to people's homes, to community centers. But what can be a better invitation than coming to the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sharing the message of the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is truly, truly a blessing of Allah who have chosen all of us to come to the masjid. He sent us to this part of the world where a lot of people, after coming here, they get lost. And those who are able to stay connected to deen, to masjid, their children get lost. So if we are connected, our children are connected, this is the greatest ni'mah in this part of the world. Think about it. What is the greatest challenge we face in this part of the world? What is our greatest challenge? Is it to find a house, to find a car, to find a job, to make some money, to have enough money for survival? No. None of those things is a problem in this part of the world. Alhamdulillah, we get all of that easy. The greatest challenge is how to keep our children connected to the deen. Every day we hear about some of our generations going away. As much as we see people coming into Islam, we have our own children going away also. How many of our youth have objections against Islam? They are lost because they did not have a good environment. These masajid is a big blessing. We don't realize it really. Just think about one thing. I want you to think. Look at this whole community now, this neighborhood. If this masjid, where it is right now, it's not there in this neighborhood, what will happen to us? Really, these masajid are a big blessing. We take it for granted, alhamdulillah, there is a masjid and there is another masjid 15 minutes away and there is another masjid half an hour away, and sometimes we even put it in a way that we complain, too many masajid. These are blessings. These are blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are the centers of Allah's rahmah. When our children come to the masjid and they love coming to the masjid, there is nothing better you can ask for. There is nothing better you can ask for. The thing that they get from the masjid is something they cannot get it anywhere else in the world. Guaranteed. We have to understand, these masajid are the places where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's rahmah descends directly in these places. When we eat food, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, the rahmah, the barakah comes in the middle of the plate. These masajid are the center of the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. From here, everyone takes his share. These masajid are connected to what? These masajid are connected to Kaaba. This mihrab is direction, in which direction? Of the Kaaba. Every masjid in the world the direction is to the Kaaba. Kaaba is connected to what? Al-Baytul Ma'mur. And Baytul Ma'mur is in the 7th heaven, where Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam is the top heaven, the 7th one. From there, from Baytul Ma'mur, all the rahmah and barakah coming to the Kaaba, from Kaaba going to every masjid that is directed to Kaaba. When we come to the masjid, we are connected from here to Kaaba, to Baytul Ma'mur, to Rabbul Alameen subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is why Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, As-salatu mi'raj al-mu'min. As Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam went where? He went for mi'raj. He went up for mi'raj. He says, our salah is the mi'raj for every mu'min. This is our mi'raj. This is how we are connected to Al-Baytul Ma'mur. Surah Al-Tur talks about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taking Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam up to the heaven and talks about what Tur. What is Tur? Where Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam talked to Allah. Wa kitabim mastur, and the written book, alor al-mahfuz. Wal bayt al-ma'mur. Allah takes oath by al-bayt al-ma'mur. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam tells us 70,000 angels do tawaf of Baytul Ma'mur every day. 70,000 angels. They do tawaf of Baytul Ma'mur every day. And the angel who gets chance to do tawaf one never gets a chance to do it again. Baytul Ma'mur is where Ibrahim alayhi salam is where 70,000 angels are doing tawaf every day. From there, just under Baytul Ma'mur, as Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam informed us, under Baytul Ma'mur is our Kaaba, which is our Qibla. And this is the center of Allah's rahmah. جعل الله الكعبة البيت الحرام قياما للناس. Allah made Kaaba, the sacred house, a place that holds people up. Qiyam, you stand up in salah, is it? Qiyam. Kaaba is qiyam. Through Kaaba, we all are standing in the world. If there is no Kaaba, there is no Qibla, there is no salah, the whole world will finish. What is holding the world in place is the ibadah that we perform towards Kaaba. جعل الله الكعبة البيت الحرام قياما للناس. The way we stand, the thing that is holding the world in place today is not our politicians, is not businessmen, is not the architects, is not our businesses, is not the farmers. It's salah towards the Kaaba. Ibadah that is performed through the Kaaba is the thing that is holding the whole world in place. Imagine now, when we come to the house of Allah and we are there, the rahmah of Allah comes, we get direct share from the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our children who are there, they don't even know, they're innocent, they're young, but being there, they get their share of the rahmah of Allah. Sahaba ridwanullahi alayhim ajma'een, they used to establish a lot of ibadah in their homes. And Prophet ﷺ told us that perform some salah at home, do ibadah at home. Don't make your home like a graveyard. وَلَا تَجْعَلُوهَا قُبُورًا. Don't make your house like a graveyard where there is no salah, no ibadah, no Quran, no dhikr, no tilawah. When we perform salah at home, everyone that is in that house gets the effect of our good ibadah. You know, agarbatti, bakhur, itar, perfume, air freshener. You spray it in the house, you spray, but everyone will get the smell. Which is more powerful, salah or our perfume? So if we spray perfume in the house, everyone will get the fragrance and will enjoy the fragrance. If you perform salah at home, there is even more barakah that everyone will enjoy in that house. This is why we find Sahaba and Sahabiyat, they used to do so much ibadah at their home that it looks like everything in the house, even the walls are doing ibadah and doing dhikr of Allah. The hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahaba ridwanullahi alayhim ajma'een tell us, كنا نسمع تسبيح الطعام والطعام يؤكل. We used to hear tasbih, subhanallah, subhanallah, subhanallah from the food while we are eating the food. The whole environment was of the dhikr of Allah. Everyone is doing the dhikr of Allah so much that you feel even the food is doing the dhikr of Allah. They said we could hear it from the food, subhanallah, subhanallah, while we are eating the food. Maulana Ahmad al-Lahori rahmatullahi alayhi, one of our very great scholars of Islam, who originally, subhanallah, was a Sikh. He was a Sikh and accepted Islam. I was going to tell you something about him, and I will tell you, but I just remembered another incident of his. I will share it with you, inshallah, too. Maulana Ahmad al-Lahori rahmatullahi alayhi, known as Shaykh al-Tafsir. Allah granted him with deep knowledge of tafsir. He was blessed with that knowledge. When he passed away, they used to have so much fragrance from his qabr that people used to take away all the dirt from his qabr. This is not too long ago. His son is still alive. So they used to take away all the dirt from his qabr because so much beautiful fragrance coming from there. And every day his son used to go and put more dirt. Next morning he comes, half of it is gone. Now he comes and he fills it up again. Karam of his father. One day his son went, after a long time, everyone, people taking every day. So he was taking, he got tired also. Every day he's filling up the grave. So one day he goes by the qabr and he's throwing the dirt and he says, Dad, you are having good karamat and I have to do all the work. From that day on, fragrance stopped. This is the type of awliya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed us with. So I was saying, Maulana Ahmad Ali Lahori rahmatullahi alayhi, he had commanded his family members, his wife, his daughter, that when you prepare the food, every day before you start preparing the food, make sure you make wudu. Don't ever feed me any food that you prepared it without making wudu. If you forgot to make wudu, let me know. That day I will not eat, but I will not eat any food that was prepared without a person having wudu. And number 2, when you are preparing the food, keep on doing the dhikr of Allah, istighfar, durood, tasbih, takbir, la ilaha illallah. Keep on reciting some type of dhikr. The effect and the barakah of that dhikr, and the effect of the barakah of that halal food, of food prepared by someone who's having wudu and always eating that food, you smell the fragrance from his qabr. Not only this, he was a person that take him to any qabr, he will tell you who is inside this qabr. He will tell you everything about this person who is inside this qabr. One day someone wanted to test him. So he took him to the qabr of his mother and he said, Sheikh, this is the qabr of my father. Can you make dua for him? Maulana rahmatullahi alayhi put his head down. This is your mother's qabr. You're telling me this is your dad's qabr. This is Allah, how Allah bless people. Our connection is with those people. Maulana Ahmad Ali Lahori rahmatullahi alayhi. There is a well-known scholar who passed away not too long ago, Maulana Amin Ahmad Safdar. Maulana Muhammad Amin Safdar rahmatullahi alayhi. He did a lot of work, mashallah, over there. He himself tells us his own story. He says one day, me and few of our friends, we decided to go and visit Maulana Ahmad Ali Lahori rahmatullahi alayhi. And he said we heard a lot about him, that he was a great wali of Allah. And we knew that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helps his awliya. On the way, this is in Pakistan, so he says on the way, on the ground we found 5 rupees that were on the floor, on the ground. We saw it. Of course, we will not pick it up, but then something came to our mind. And we said, we are going to Maulana Ahmad Ali Lahori rahmatullahi alayhi. Let's pick it up. And we will buy some sweet with this 5 rupees and give it to him and see if he eats it or not. So they did it. They went and they bought some sweet for 10 rupees. 5 rupees from this and 5 rupees from their own pocket. They put it in one plate, one box, tray. This 5 rupee on this side, for this 5 on this side. So now they go and they give it to him, Shaykh, we came to visit you, say salam to you, and we brought this gift for you. He looked at it. He said, are you trying to test me? He said, right away, we pulled it over, we said, we are so sorry. We are sorry, Shaykh. This reminds me, before I continue here. Shaykh al-Hadith Maulana Zakaria rahmatullahi alayhi. My father also told us, and it is written in his ABT also. You must read ABT of Shaykh al-Hadith Maulana Zakaria rahmatullahi alayhi. It's in English also. One day, one of his murids, not khulafa, one of his murids went for Hajj. He came back from Hajj and then he took long time to go and visit Shaykh rahmatullahi alayhi. Now, by the time he went to visit Shaykh, all the dates that he brought from Medina was finished. I want to go to the Shaykh. I want to tell him I went for Hajj. I came back from Hajj, so I came to say salam to you. So I didn't bring dates. That doesn't look good. He looked in the house everywhere. He found only 3 dates. It doesn't look good. I give him only 3 dates. So he got some more dates from there. And he put it in the tray. And he brought everything and he put 3 dates. Well, he knew which 3 those were. He put 3 dates there. And then he filled the tray with all the other dates. And he went to Hadith rahmatullahi and said, I brought this date for you from Medina. He tells us, he says that the Shaykh rahmatullahi alayhi picked up those 3 dates and he said, this is enough for me. What I'm going to do with more? You keep the rest. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless those people with a vision. This is their connection with their elders. And this is what we need to establish, our connection with our elders. And that will come through these masajid, through this type of setup, through this environment. You know, Maulana Muhammad Makki, who gives lectures in Makkah Mukarramah, in the Haram. Most of us maybe. Muhammad Makki. He gives lecture in the Haram of Makkah Mukarramah. And he's the only one from, you can say, our Maslak who is in the Haramain giving lectures over there. One of the year we did Hajj together. So we were in Arafat. So we arrived at Arafat before Zawal. So there was some time. So we were just sitting and chatting, talking. So he told us, he said, let me share with you my own story with Maulana Ahmad Ali Lahori rahmatullahi alayhi. He said, after I graduated from Dar al-Ulum in Pakistan, he's the son of Maulana Khair Muhammad, well-known scholar. He said, after I graduated, I started reading a lot of books, doing a lot of mutala. And in that regard, I started reading a lot of Maududi Sahib's book. And because of that, I started having objection against Sahaba and having a lot of objections in my mind. And then I started arguing with my father, telling my dad, you know, we the Deobandis, we think this, but this is not correct, this is wrong. And my father would always stay quiet. He wouldn't argue with me. He just stay quiet. And I started going around to the other ulama and arguing with them, and I felt, you know, I'm a big scholar, I'm a big alim, I know a lot, I have a lot of knowledge. This is the difference between our ulama and others. Our ulama with their ilm, they have tawadu. They have humbleness. When you move away from our ulama, right away arrogance. I'm big. I'm something. So he said once, my father had a program in some masjid. We had to go by train. On the way, we had to stop in Lahore. There was a train station. We had to change our train in Lahore. So my father made the ticket such that we will go and visit Maulana Ahmad Ali Lahori rahmatullahi alayhi for a few hours, and then we catch the next train to the masjid where we have to go and read Jummah. When we went to visit, and on the way my father kept on telling me, you know, we are visiting a great alim, a great scholar, a great wali of Allah. And in my heart I was saying, I don't know what wali means and what great means, and I don't care. Anyway, he said we went there. We met the sheikh and he really welcomed my father and he was very happy to see us. Then my father told him, Hazrat, make dua for my son. He is affected by some other people. He's reading wrong books, so a lot of effect of those books on him. So Hazrat, please make dua for him. And Hazrat Muhammad already knew, because he is the son of such a great alim, so people are talking about it, that look, that alim's son is going into different direction. So he said, he said, come son, come near. So I went and I sat near him. He put his hand on my head. He said, son, you are such a good son, mashallah. You are such a good boy, mashallah. Your father is such a great alim, mashallah, mashallah. And mashallah, but you know, why would you go away? Why don't you read the books of the kitab of our mashayikh? So he said, in my heart I was laughing that my father was telling me this is a great alim, this is a great sheikh, and now, mashallah, you're a good boy, your father is a good man. What does this mean to me? It means nothing. I want you to tell me something against what I believe, and I'm going to debate with you. He says, this was in my mind. So while he's doing this, I'm laughing in my heart. And in my heart, I'm making fun of him. Then he sent me left. Next day for Jummah, as we normally have the situation, that before Jummah we have a talk, lecture, and then khutbah and salah. When we arrived at the masjid next day for Jummah, my father said to me, you give the lecture, and I will give the khutbah and lead the salah. I said, okay. I gave the lecture. My whole lecture was against all of those fitnas that I was involved in. I gave full lecture against that fitna that I myself was involved in. After the lecture, and of course khutbah, salah, after salah, I said to my father, I said, Dad, what happened to me? He doesn't know. He said, Dad, what happened to me? He said, son, there was a lot of pus in your brain. And yesterday, Maulana did surgery on your head. So when he was going like this, son, mashallah, you're a good boy, you are mashallah, your father is good. He was taking all the pus out of your brain. He said, all the pus is gone out, your brain is clean now. Now you're talking good. These are our mashayikh. These are our scholars. This is what this connection to the deen, to the people of deen, to the masajid will bring us to. Where would you find this, tell me? Any store, any supermarket, any mall, any plaza, anywhere else? Nowhere else. This is where you find these things. So we need to keep our connection to our masajid. We need to keep our connection to our masajid. The ayah that I recited at the beginning, I really wanted to tell you more about the ayah, but I will tell you very briefly in the light of what we just talked. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us about Ibrahim alayhi salam, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ رُشْدَهُ مِنْ قَبْلِ. We gave Ibrahim alayhi salam the true understanding, wisdom, before even he started his nabuwah and the mission of the nabuwah. وَكُنَّا بِهِ عَالِمِينَ. We knew Ibrahim very well. From his childhood, he sees idol worshipping, his father is worshipping, his family is worshipping, the neighbors are worshipping, everyone in the neighborhood is worshipping, the whole country is worshipping idols. Ibrahim alayhi salam says, no, I cannot do this. This is wrong, this is haram. آتَيْنَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ رُشْدَهُ مِنْ قَبْلِ. From childhood, Allah gave him that good understanding. So my advice to my young brothers, to the children, stay away from haram from young age. Allah will take a lot of work from you. Follow the steps of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam and stay away from wrong from young age. Don't say I will change when I grow up. Don't say tomorrow. Don't say after I graduate. Don't say after I get married. Stop evil now so that the effect of the evil will not be in your mind, in your brain, in your heart. You grow up clean and pure. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us clean and pure. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala use all of us for His deen and for serving His deen, and keep us always connected to our masajid and to our ibadah and to activities of the masajid. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا وحبيبنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين يا رب العالمين.